The secret investigation in your neighborhood. My beloved child, listen closely, because what I am about to reveal is not random, and it is not coincidence. Something unseen has been unfolding right where you live, behind familiar doors and ordinary smiles. Cars that slow down for no reason, lights that stay on a little too late, conversations that stop when you enter the room, these were not accidents. A quiet investigation has been moving through your neighborhood, and somehow, without you realizing it, your life became part of the focus. Don't skip, because the reason this message reached you now is tied to a moment that already passed, one that shifted attention toward you. Stay till the end, because clarity is coming. Right now, while everything around you looks normal, records have been checked, patterns have been traced, and silent observations have been made. The investigation was never loud, never dramatic, because the truth they were searching for required patience. It required watching who stood firm when pressure increased, who remained calm when confusion spread, and who carried something rare without even knowing it. You may have felt uneasy for no clear reason, as if the air itself was heavier. That feeling was not fear, it was awareness awakening. Something huge is waiting for you, but only if you remain present and understand why the focus turned in your direction at this exact time. Here is what you must understand now: investigations like this do not begin without purpose, and they do not linger without discovery. The signs around you were signals, not threats, signals that your presence, your choices, and your resilience mattered more than you were ever told. This is not about danger, and it is not about blame. It is about recognition. Don't skip this moment, because the next part will uncover what was found and why it changes how your future unfolds from here. Stay till the end, because what has been hidden is preparing to step into the light, and when it does, you will finally understand why all of this had to happen exactly where you are. A quiet truth is emerging now, and it begins with something you never questioned before. The investigation did not start because of noise or chaos. It started because of silence. People noticed how certain things around you kept aligning, how moments connected without explanation, how outcomes followed you in ways that could not be mapped logically. This is why attention narrowed, why eyes lingered longer than usual. Don't skip, because this part explains why ordinary routines became evidence, and why your everyday life held answers others were missing. What they uncovered first was not a secret about you, but a pattern around you. Every neighborhood has stories, yet yours carried an unusual consistency, events resolving after tension, problems dissolving when you stayed steady, conflicts losing power without confrontation. Observers realized they were not tracking a situation, they were witnessing a stabilizing force. You were never meant to feel important, yet importance kept forming around you. Stay till the end, because this realization marked the moment the investigation shifted from curiosity to certainty. Here is where it becomes personal. Once that certainty formed, everything changed. Notes were rewritten, assumptions were dropped, and conclusions were delayed, because what they found did not fit standard explanations. It was not luck, and it was not coincidence. It was alignment. Something huge is waiting for you, not as a reward, but as a reveal. Don't skip this understanding. The investigation was never about uncovering a problem. It was about recognizing a presence that alters outcomes simply by existing. And what comes next will show you why this discovery could no longer remain hidden. Something shifted the moment the investigation reached its third phase, and this is where the story deepens. The watchers stopped looking outward and began looking inward, into motives, into intentions, into what cannot be measured on paper. They realized the neighborhood was only the surface. The real subject was influence without force, impact without noise. You were never seen taking control, yet outcomes bent quietly in your favor. Stay till the end, because this is the moment they understood they were not observing chance, they were witnessing quiet authority. What unsettled them most was how resistance around you dissolved on its own. Tension that should have escalated simply faded. People who intended harm lost momentum. Situations that looked impossible resolved without explanation. This was documented carefully, reviewed again and again, because it challenged everything they knew. You may have felt moments of pressure followed by sudden calm, as if something unseen stepped in before things could break. That was not imagination. Don't skip this truth. The investigation found that your presence alone changed trajectories, and that discovery could no longer be ignored. Now hear this carefully, because this part carries weight. When an investigation reaches this point, it no longer asks what is happening, it asks why now. And the answer pointed forward, not backward. You were not being studied because of the past, but because of what is approaching. Something huge is waiting for you, something that requires awareness before arrival. This is why you are hearing this now, why attention gathered quietly instead of loudly. Stay till the end of this unfolding message, because the next part will reveal what decision was made once the truth became undeniable, and how that decision places you at the center of what comes next. The moment the conclusion was reached, everything became deliberate. No more watching from a distance, no more passive notes. A clear decision was made. What had been observed could no longer remain unacknowledged. The investigation confirmed that your environment was responding to you, not the other way around. Doors that once felt closed began loosening quietly. People who overlooked you started reconsidering without knowing why. This was not coincidence, it was confirmation. Stay till the end, because this part explains why silence was chosen over announcement, and why restraint became more powerful than exposure. What followed was careful protection of the truth. Not secrecy born from fear, but from precision. When something rare is identified, it is not rushed into the open, it is allowed to mature. The investigation chose not to intervene, not to interrupt the natural unfolding around you. They realized that timing mattered more than speed. You may have felt moments where progress slowed, where answers seemed delayed. That delay was intentional. Don't skip this understanding. What is being prepared requires stability, and you are being allowed to grow into what you already carry. Now the weight of this message settles in. The investigation has ended, but its impact has not. Awareness has shifted, paths have adjusted, and unseen alignment is already in motion. Something huge is waiting for you, not as surprise, but as arrival. The reason you needed to hear this now is simple: awareness changes how you walk forward. Stay till the end of this unfolding story, because the next part will reveal what begins once observation turns into activation, and why the quiet phase had to happen before everything else could finally move. A new phase has already begun, even if it feels subtle right now. When the investigation concluded, it did not end with closure, it ended with transition. Attention shifted from watching to positioning. Small changes started happening around you, almost unnoticeable at first. A conversation that opens unexpectedly, an opportunity that appears without effort, a sense that timing is finally aligning. These are not random moments. Don't skip this awareness, because recognizing them is the key to what follows. What makes this phase powerful is that nothing is being forced. You are not being pushed, rushed, or pressured. Instead, circumstances are arranging themselves naturally, as if the path ahead is clearing on its own. You may feel a calm confidence rising, even without clear reasons. That calm is the signal that resistance is fading. Stay till the end, because this calm is not the destination, it is the doorway. Something huge is waiting for you just beyond this quiet momentum. Understand this clearly now: when an investigation leads to alignment, the next step is trust. You are being trusted with awareness, with timing, with the ability to move without fear. This is why nothing dramatic announced itself. The real transformation does not need noise. Don't skip this moment of clarity, because what unfolds next depends on how you carry yourself from here. Stay till the end of this journey, because the next part will reveal what begins to surface once alignment becomes visible, and why your presence will soon be impossible to ignore. Now the energy around you begins to change in ways others can sense, even if they cannot explain it. This is the phase where alignment becomes noticeable, where subtle turns into undeniable. People may start approaching you differently, listening more closely, pausing before speaking. It's not admiration, it's recognition. Don't skip this, because this shift confirms that what was once hidden is starting to surface. What's important here is restraint. You are not meant to announce anything or prove anything. The power of this moment lies in how effortlessly things respond to you. Situations that once demanded effort now resolve with ease. Questions that lingered find answers without struggle. Stay till the end, because ease is the signal that you are exactly where you need to be. Something huge is waiting for you, and it requires composure, not urgency. This is also where clarity sharpens. You may suddenly see which paths are no longer meant for you and which ones feel undeniably right. There is no confusion, only quiet certainty. Don't skip this realization, because clarity is protection. The investigation may be over, but its purpose is alive in you now. Stay till the end of this unfolding message, because the next part will reveal what happens when clarity meets action, and why the coming moment will define the direction everything takes from here. A defining moment is approaching, and it will arrive without announcement. This is how true shifts happen, not with noise, but with precision. You may feel a sudden pull toward a decision, a place, or a conversation that feels unusually important. Trust that pull. It is not impulse, it is alignment responding to timing. Don't skip this awareness, because recognizing the moment is what allows it to work in your favor. As this moment draws closer, distractions will lose their grip. Things that once demanded your energy will feel irrelevant, almost distant. Your focus will narrow naturally, not through effort but through clarity. Stay till the end, because focus is the final preparation. Something huge is waiting for you, and it requires your attention to be undivided when it arrives. Here is what matters most now. When the moment presents itself, you will feel calm, not nervous. That calm is your confirmation. There will be no confusion, no second guessing, only a quiet knowing that this step matters. Don't skip this truth. You were not brought this far to hesitate. Stay till the end of this unfolding story, because the next part will reveal what changes once that moment is embraced, and how everything around you begins to respond immediately after. A quiet confirmation will follow the moment you choose, and it will feel almost ordinary at first. That is the deception of real transformation. It doesn't announce itself with spectacle. A message arrives at the right time, a door opens without resistance, a delay suddenly works in your favor. These are signals, not coincidences. Don't skip this awareness, because recognizing confirmation is how momentum locks in. Stay till the end, because what validates your step will also protect it. As confirmation settles, you'll notice a subtle reordering around you. People adjust their tone. Circumstances shift priorities. What once demanded explanation now requires none. This is the environment responding to clarity. You won't need to chase outcomes, they will begin to meet you halfway. Something huge is waiting for you, and it moves faster when you remain composed. Let the calm guide you. Calm is the proof that alignment has taken hold. Here's the truth most never hear: once confirmation appears, doubt loses its power. Not because doubt disappears, but because it no longer leads. You'll sense an inner steadiness that refuses to be rushed or shaken. That steadiness is your anchor. Don't skip this moment of grounding, it ensures the next phase unfolds cleanly. Stay till the end of this unfolding path, because the next part reveals what emerges after confirmation becomes consistency, and why consistency is what turns quiet shifts into lasting change. Something deeper activates now, and this is where most people would miss what's happening if they weren't paying attention. The change is no longer only around you, it begins inside you. Your instincts sharpen. You start sensing outcomes before they fully form. Situations no longer surprise you the same way, because awareness arrives early. This is not imagination, and it is not overthinking. It is alignment settling into your core. Don't skip this phase, because this is where confidence becomes natural instead of forced. Stay till the end, because what awakens here determines how strongly the next stage unfolds. As this internal shift stabilizes, the world mirrors it back to you. You may notice that people reveal more than they intend, or that truths surface without you asking. Information finds you. Answers appear when you need them most. Even delays start making sense after they pass. This is the investigation's final imprint, clarity replacing uncertainty. Something huge is waiting for you, and it responds best to someone who is no longer reactive, but responsive. You are not rushing forward anymore. You are allowing things to meet you at the exact moment they are meant to. Now understand this carefully, because this is where power becomes quiet and unshakable. You will feel less need to explain yourself. Less need to defend your choices. Less need for validation. That absence of noise is not emptiness, it is authority. Don't skip this realization: when you stop proving, you start influencing. When you stop questioning your path, the path strengthens beneath you. Stay till the end of this unfolding message, because the next part reveals what happens when this inner alignment becomes visible to others, and why that visibility changes the pace of everything that follows. A noticeable shift begins now, not because you announce yourself, but because others start sensing the difference. Your presence carries weight in rooms where it once blended into the background. Conversations pause when you speak. Decisions feel incomplete until you are considered. This is not dominance, it is resonance. Don't skip this moment, because this is where influence becomes visible without effort. Stay till the end, because visibility is not the goal, but it is the signal that something huge is approaching. As this visibility grows, opportunities align more precisely. You are no longer offered distractions disguised as chances. What reaches you now feels intentional, almost tailored. You may feel invited into situations that matter, while lesser paths quietly fall away. This is alignment protecting your time and energy. Something huge is waiting for you, and it requires space to arrive. Let go of what no longer fits without regret. Release is part of readiness. Here is the truth that anchors this stage: when visibility arrives naturally, it brings responsibility with it. Not pressure, but awareness. You begin to understand how your choices ripple outward, how your steadiness affects more than just you. Don't skip this realization, because awareness keeps power balanced. Stay till the end of this unfolding story, because the next part will reveal what happens when responsibility and alignment meet, and how that meeting unlocks what has been preparing to enter your life all along. A deeper sense of responsibility settles in now, and it feels heavier only because it is real. You begin to notice that your words land differently, that your reactions shape outcomes faster than before. This is not pressure meant to burden you, it is awareness expanding. You are seeing cause and effect in real time. Stay till the end, because understanding this shift helps you move with intention instead of hesitation, and intention is what keeps everything aligned. With this awareness comes refinement. You naturally choose your moments, your words, your energy more carefully. Not out of fear, but out of clarity. You recognize when silence carries more power than speech, and when presence alone is enough. People around you may sense this restraint and interpret it as confidence. They are not wrong. Something huge is waiting for you, and it responds to those who know when to act and when to remain still. Here is what defines this stage: balance. You are no longer pulled by urgency or doubt. You move when it feels right, and you pause without guilt. That balance is rare, and it is why the path ahead is stabilizing instead of shaking. Don't skip this understanding. Stability is what allows big shifts to last. Stay till the end of this unfolding journey, because the next part will reveal what begins to form when balance becomes your default state, and why what's coming will arrive stronger because you were ready to hold it. A structure begins to form around you now, even if you can't see it clearly yet. Think of it as support taking shape. Systems, people, and timing aligning quietly to hold what's coming. You may feel more grounded than before, less scattered, more certain about where your energy belongs. This is not restriction, it is reinforcement. Stay till the end, because this structure is what ensures that what arrives does not collapse under its own weight. As this foundation strengthens, you may notice a sense of protection you didn't have before. Situations that once drained you lose access. Confusion no longer lingers. Even challenges feel measured, manageable. This is alignment working at a deeper level, filtering what reaches you and what doesn't. Something huge is waiting for you, and it requires a stable base to stand on. Don't skip this phase. What feels quiet now is doing important work. Here is the key truth of this stage: sustainability. Whatever unfolds next is meant to last, not flash and disappear. You are being positioned not just to receive, but to maintain. That is why things slowed before, and why they feel solid now. Stay till the end of this unfolding message, because the next part will reveal what begins to move once the foundation is fully set, and how momentum returns with clarity instead of chaos. Momentum starts returning now, but it feels different from before. It is steady, intentional, and calm, no rush, no force. You may notice progress happening in small, undeniable steps rather than sudden leaps. Each step feels right, as if the ground meets your feet exactly where it should. Don't skip this awareness, because this kind of momentum is the kind that carries you far. Stay till the end, because what builds slowly here is preparing for something much larger. With this momentum comes confirmation through action. Things you initiate move forward without resistance. Responses arrive on time. Effort finally matches outcome. This is alignment turning into flow. Something huge is waiting for you, and flow is how it recognizes readiness. You are no longer pushing against the current, you are moving with it, and that changes everything. Understand this clearly now: momentum like this is earned through patience. The waiting, the quiet phases, the internal shifts, they were not delays. They were preparation. Don't skip this realization, because honoring the process keeps the momentum alive. Stay till the end of this unfolding journey, because the next part will reveal what happens when flow becomes unmistakable, and why what's approaching will arrive with certainty instead of surprise. Flow becomes undeniable now. You no longer question whether things are aligning. You feel it in how smoothly moments connect. Conversations lead somewhere meaningful. Decisions bring relief instead of stress. Even uncertainty feels lighter, because you trust the direction you're moving in. Don't skip this phase, because this is where doubt finally loosens its grip. Stay till the end, because what follows clarity is acceleration. As flow stabilizes, you may sense that timing is working for you instead of against you. Delays protect you. Openings appear exactly when you're ready. You stop forcing outcomes and start allowing them to arrive. This is not passivity, it is precision. Something huge is waiting for you, and it responds to those who know how to move without friction. Here is the defining truth of this stage: confidence without noise. You don't need reassurance. You don't need proof. You simply know. That knowing changes how others respond to you and how opportunities approach you. Don't skip this realization. Quiet confidence is magnetic. Stay till the end of this unfolding message, because the next part will reveal what begins to shift externally when your inner certainty becomes unshakable, and why everything around you starts adjusting to match it. A powerful external shift begins now, and this is where the world starts responding faster than before. You may notice sudden changes in how people treat you: more respect, more openness, more willingness to meet you halfway. It won't feel dramatic, but it will feel real. Situations that once required explanation now require only your presence. You are no longer chasing acknowledgement, acknowledgement is finding you. Stay till the end, because this phase explains why doors are opening without resistance and why obstacles seem to move aside before you even touch them. What's happening here is expansion. The certainty you built internally is now translating into tangible movement around you. Opportunities don't just appear, they arrive prepared. Conversations carry purpose. Decisions have weight. You may feel as if life is finally responding in a language you understand. This is not sudden luck. It is accumulated alignment reaching a visible stage. Something huge is waiting for you, and it responds to steadiness, not urgency. The calmer you remain, the clearer the path becomes. This is where patience proves its power. Now listen carefully, because this part matters deeply. External shifts can tempt people to rush, to speak too soon, to act too loudly. But you are being guided to move with grace. Your strength now lies in discernment, knowing what to accept, what to delay, and what to release without conflict. You don't need to convince anyone. You don't need to compete. Your position is already forming naturally. Stay till the end of this unfolding journey, because the next part will reveal what happens when this external movement reaches its peak. And why what's coming will require you to stand fully in who you've become, without hesitation or doubt. A moment of recognition arrives now, and it feels quieter than you expected. Not applause, not announcement, just a clear shift in how you are perceived. People begin to trust your judgment instinctively. Your words carry assurance even when you speak less. This recognition isn't requested or claimed, it is granted. Don't skip this moment, because it confirms that the transformation has moved beyond preparation into reality. Stay till the end, because what follows recognition is influence with direction. With recognition comes alignment at a higher level. You may find yourself included in decisions that shape outcomes, invited into spaces where intention matters more than noise. There is a sense that your presence stabilizes things. This is not responsibility meant to weigh you down. It is alignment placing you where you can make the most impact without strain. Something huge is waiting for you, and it responds to those who are ready to lead without force. Here is the grounding truth of this stage: humility keeps influence clean. You don't need to assert power or define your role. Remaining grounded allows everything to continue unfolding smoothly. Don't skip this understanding: how you hold recognition determines how far it carries you. Stay till the end of this unfolding message, because the next part will reveal what emerges when influence is exercised with restraint, and why the final shift ahead will feel both inevitable and perfectly timed. A final refinement begins now, and it is subtle but essential. This is the phase where influence learns its boundaries, not limits, but wisdom. You start sensing when to step forward and when to let things resolve on their own. This discernment feels natural, almost instinctive. Don't skip this moment, because mastery is not about constant action, it is about precise action. Stay till the end, because this refinement prepares you for what cannot be handled impulsively. As this refinement settles, you may notice fewer conflicts reaching you. Issues resolve before becoming problems. Misunderstandings clear without confrontation. This is not avoidance, it is clarity preventing friction. Your calm presence becomes a stabilizing point others lean on without realizing it. Something huge is waiting for you, and it requires this level of steadiness to be received without disruption. Now understand this deeply. This phase is about trust, trust in yourself, trust in timing, trust in the path you're walking. You no longer need constant reassurance, because experience has replaced doubt. Don't skip this realization. Trust is the final internal anchor. Stay till the end of this unfolding journey, because the next part will reveal what happens when trust and timing finally converge, and why what arrives next will feel less like surprise and more like fulfillment. A quiet convergence is happening now, and it may feel almost invisible if you're not paying attention. Timing and trust are finally meeting in the same moment. Things you once questioned now feel settled. Choices that felt heavy now feel clear. You are not guessing anymore. You are recognizing. Don't skip this awareness, because convergence only happens when preparation is complete. Stay till the end, because this is the point where waiting turns into readiness, and readiness turns into movement. As this convergence deepens, you may feel a strong sense of calm certainty, the kind that doesn't need explanation. You're no longer looking ahead with anxiety or behind with regret. You are present. And presence is powerful. Situations begin to resolve faster because you are not resisting them. People respond to your steadiness before you even speak. Something huge is waiting for you, and it does not arrive through force, it arrives through alignment meeting the right moment. This is the stage where fulfillment begins to feel possible, not as a distant idea, but as something approaching with intention. You may not see the full shape of it yet, but you can feel its weight, its reality. Don't skip this feeling. It's your confirmation. Stay till the end of this unfolding message, because the next part will reveal what finally arrives when preparation, trust, and timing fully lock into place, and why everything before this moment was necessary to hold what comes next. Something finally steps forward now, and it feels both new and familiar at the same time. This is how true arrivals happen, not as shocks, but as recognitions. You may sense a clear opening forming, one that feels earned rather than given. The weight of it doesn't overwhelm you, it steadies you. Stay till the end, because this moment explains why everything aligns slowly instead of all at once, and why you are calm instead of surprised. As this arrival settles, you'll notice that uncertainty no longer defines your choices. You act with clarity, not because every detail is known, but because trust has replaced fear. The environment around you responds smoothly, fewer obstacles, clearer signals, stronger timing. This is not a peak meant to fade, it is a threshold meant to be crossed. Something huge is waiting for you, and it arrives gently because you are ready to carry it without losing yourself. Here is the truth that anchors this stage: arrival is not an ending, it is a beginning with stability. You are not stepping into chaos or pressure, but into continuity. The investigation, the waiting, the refinement, they all led here so that what comes next would stand on solid ground. Don't skip this understanding. You didn't arrive early or late, you arrived precisely when you could sustain what unfolds next. Stay till the end of this unfolding journey, because the final part will reveal what this arrival sets into motion, and how your path moves forward from here with confidence, purpose, and calm certainty. What sets into motion now is continuity, movement that does not stall, progress that does not collapse under its own weight. You feel it in how days connect, how effort produces clean results, how decisions no longer echo with doubt. This is not a burst, it is a rhythm. Stay till the end, because rhythm is what carries you forward when excitement fades and purpose remains. You are not reacting to life anymore, you are directing your steps within it. As continuity takes hold, your focus sharpens without tension. You know what deserves your time and what doesn't, and that knowing saves you energy. Conversations become efficient. Commitments become meaningful. You sense when to advance and when to allow space, and both choices feel right. Something huge is waiting for you, and it moves closer as you maintain this steady pace. Don't skip this awareness. Consistency is the language of lasting change. Here is the grounding truth of this stage: momentum now belongs to you. Not borrowed, not temporary, earned. You carry it forward by staying aligned with what feels clear and honest. No rush. No retreat. Just forward movement with intention. Stay till the end of this unfolding story, because the final part will reveal how this continuity matures into purpose, and why what you are building now will stand long after the moment passes. A deeper sense of purpose begins to reveal itself now, not as a sudden realization but as a steady knowing. You start understanding why this path unfolded the way it did, why patience was required, why silence mattered. Purpose no longer feels abstract, it feels practical, usable, alive in your daily choices. Stay till the end, because this clarity is what separates temporary progress from lasting direction. You are no longer moving just to move, every step carries meaning. As purpose settles in, confidence matures. It is no longer fueled by momentum alone, but by understanding. You recognize how your actions connect to something larger than immediate results. This gives you calm strength. You don't rush success, and you don't fear setbacks, because both now serve the same direction. Something huge is waiting for you, and purpose is what allows you to receive it without losing balance. This is where alignment turns into contribution. Here is the quiet power of this stage: when purpose becomes clear, distractions lose authority. You stop explaining yourself. You stop doubting timing. You move forward with grounded certainty, aware that what you are building has weight and direction. Don't skip this realization: purpose is what sustains everything that comes next. Stay till the end of this unfolding journey, because the final part will show how this purpose anchors your future and defines what continues to grow from here. Everything settles into place now, not with finality, but with stability. You feel anchored in who you are and where you're going. The uncertainty that once lingered has transformed into quiet assurance. You don't need signs anymore, you recognize direction through clarity. This is the stage where confidence feels natural, not performed. Stay till the end, because this grounding is what allows everything ahead to expand without pulling you off balance. What continues from here is growth that feels intentional. You make choices with awareness, and outcomes follow with consistency. The world around you no longer feels unpredictable, it feels responsive. You understand that progress doesn't always roar, it often arrives through calm repetition. Something huge is waiting for you, and it remains aligned because you remain aligned. This is not about reaching a peak, it is about sustaining elevation. Here is the truth that closes this journey and opens the next: you are no longer preparing, you are living within alignment. The investigation, the shifts, the waiting, the recognition, they shaped a foundation that now supports forward motion. Don't skip this understanding, because it defines how you move from here. What continues is not uncertain or fragile. It is steady, purposeful, and built to last, and from this point on, every step you take carries the weight of knowing exactly who you are. A new chapter begins here, and it does not need drama to announce itself. You feel it in the way you wake up with clarity, in how decisions no longer drain you, in how peace accompanies progress. This is continuation with purpose. You are not chasing what's next, you are walking with it. Stay till the end, because this chapter explains why what you carry forward now is stronger than anything you left behind. What unfolds from this point grows through intention. You build without strain. You choose without fear. You allow space for things to develop fully instead of rushing their arrival. The world responds to your steadiness, meeting you with opportunities that fit rather than distract. Something huge is waiting for you, and it stays aligned because you stay grounded. This is not about proving anything, it is about living from a place of quiet authority. Here is the final truth that carries you onward: you were never meant to arrive and stop. You were meant to arrive and continue. With awareness, with balance, with purpose intact. The path ahead does not require vigilance, it requires presence. Don't skip this understanding, because it is what keeps everything moving cleanly from here. What you step into now is not uncertain, not fragile, not fleeting. It is a steady unfolding, and you are ready to walk it fully, calmly, and without looking back. This is where everything comes together, not as an ending, but as a clear beginning you can finally feel. The quiet investigation, the waiting, the inner shifts, the external alignment, all of it led you here so you could stand steady without needing confirmation from outside. You now recognize your direction without questioning it. You trust your timing without forcing it. Stay till the end, because this moment is important. It shows you that nothing was wasted, and nothing arrived too early or too late. What lies ahead continues to unfold with intention. You move forward grounded, aware, and calm. Challenges no longer threaten your balance, they refine it. Opportunities no longer confuse you, they clarify your purpose. You are no longer reacting to life, you are responding with understanding. Something huge is waiting for you, not hidden in the distance, but aligned with your next natural step. You don't have to search for it. You only have to remain present, because presence keeps you connected to what matters. Here is the truth you carry forward now: you are ready. Ready not because everything is perfect, but because you are stable within yourself. The path ahead will continue to open as you walk it, not before. That is how lasting things are built. Stay till the end of this realization. Nothing dramatic needs to happen for your life to move powerfully forward. From this point on, clarity walks with you, purpose steadies you, and every step you take carries quiet confidence. What continues from here is real, sustainable, and yours to live fully.